There was a time that Beerus was seen as the most terrifying being. The ability to destroy an entire planet with a tap of his finger was heart-stopping. But soon, even he was found to be capable of fearing someone else. I'm having a $500 giveaway for the AniFam members. Best way to win is clicking the notification bell. I'll wait for 3 seconds. 3, 2, more details in pinned comment and description, and 1. Shaking and sweating, he bowed down to the small, childlike Zeno. Anytime he appeared, everyone around would, at the very least, bow their heads to him. When the Omni King was involved, Beerus would suddenly become beyond worried about Goku's carefree nature. Because the terrifying fact was this: Zeno is the king of all, the Omni King who can and will destroy anything around him without a single thought and without any effort. But before long, we were introduced to one of the scariest facts Dragon Ball Super has ever held. Zeno is not the strongest being. So, who is? One option you could argue is the Grand Priest. Remember when you actually did believe Beerus was the most powerful being in the entire universe? There was no reason for us to think otherwise after his epic battle with the newly formed Super Saiyan God Goku. But then we learned something shocking. After days and days of training, attempting to do what seemed to be the impossible, Vegeta had almost given up on becoming a god himself. Without the proper help of 5 other Saiyans. Until Whis showed up after a lunch date with Bulma. Vegeta demanded Whis take him to Beerus, but after his refusal, Vegeta was left with no choice. He would have to force Whis to take him. That's when we all discovered the truth. Picking up on the level of power coming from him, Vegeta was unable to attack Whis. Turned out that Whis was Beerus' teacher. From then on, it was common knowledge that the angels were stronger than the gods of destruction that they looked over. And in the same way, it only makes sense that the Omni King's apprentice, the Grand Priest, is stronger than even him. But it's not like we knew that for sure. And it's not like the answer ever got any clearer. Being summoned by the Omni King for the first time, the Supreme Kai, Whis, and Goku were greeted by the Grand Priest at the doors of Zeno's palace. As they followed him through the long hallway, Goku picked up on something very interesting. Although from looks alone the Grand Priest was simply an apprentice to the Omni King, he held a lot of strength to himself. After Whis complimented Goku for noticing, he went on to reveal something that shocked us all. This man, who would later be seen bowing down to Zeno, was one of the top 5 most powerful beings in the multiverse. So who's the stronger of the two, the Omni King or his apprentice, the Grand Priest? If you really think about it, Zeno is nothing but an overpowered god of destruction, isn't he? Have you ever seen him create anything before? This is a power that the Omni King does not share with the angels, especially their father. The Grand Priest has many different abilities and types of strengths. We've seen him use something called divination, where he's able to look through an orb, kind of like a crystal ball of sorts, to see anything he wishes to in any of the 12 universes. Among other things, one of his most impressive powers is creation, the exact opposite of Zeno. We've seen the Grand Priest do this twice. Once for the Zen exhibition match, where he created the entire fighting arena out of seemingly nothing but the air.
観覧席を用意いたします。
And then again, with nothing but a swipe of his hand, the stage for the Tournament of Powers started coming together.
力の大会、部舞台の作成にかかります。
But what really stood out to us was his physical strength. After Whis had revealed to Goku that the Grand Priest was not only strong, but in the multiverse's top 5, Goku of course got excited to test his own power to someone with a title like this. But as you'd expect, Whis encouraged him to calm it down. This was not a title to be taken lightly. As one of the multiverse's top 5 strongest beings, Whis confessed that even he was no match for the Grand Priest. However, the Dragon Ball Super manga takes this one step further. Not only is he said to be in the top 5, but the manga says the Grand Priest is the strongest being in the multiverse. Do you agree with this? It does seem a little suspicious that they would leave this fact out of the anime if they weren't going to show stronger beings than even the Grand Priest at some point. But let me know what you think, AniFam. One thing is for certain though, the manga does a great job of giving proof of his immense power. One example being with Rumshi's battle cry. This is Universe 10's God of Destruction, and his cry was said by Whis in the manga to have the most powerful voice in all of the universes. So powerful that it's able to paralyze the other gods of destruction, as well as make the Supreme Kais faint. But the Grand Priest, the most powerful voice in all of the universes, did absolutely nothing to him. One of the most unfortunate things from the anime is that we never got to see the Grand Priest in action. But this isn't true in the manga, where the Zen exhibition match happened quite a bit differently. Unlike in the anime, the gods of destruction actually fought each other. After some time of battling, Beerus and Catella, Universe 4's god of destruction, had their punches stopped by just the Grand Priest's fingers. His power actually shone in ink. With his range of abilities, it isn't hard to believe that he's stronger than the Omni King, who has only been shown to be able to destroy. But the thing about Zeno's power is it isn't really destruction. After Universe 9, the first to be eliminated out of the Tournament of Power, was erased, Beerus asked Whis to see if there was even a trace of that universe left. The answer is something we were all expecting, but it was something that gave Beerus a very surprising reaction. Why would he be shocked to find out that literally nothing was there? Almost as if Universe 9 had never even existed. This gave us enough evidence to understand what happens to the people living on a planet that Beerus destroys. Of course, this would end their lives, but their spirits would still be able to go to the afterlife. After the Omni King erases you though, we're left to decide for ourselves if he beats out the Grand Priest's abilities of creation. Because once erased, there is no such thing as an afterlife. Literally nothing even exists anymore. Pretty obviously, this is an act even Shenron could not undo. As Champa had originally explained, the Namekian Dragon Balls were very literally fragments of the first made Super Dragon Balls. Therefore limiting their powers. This is something we learned even back in the days of Dragon Ball Z. Shenron admitted that defeating Vegeta and Nappa was beyond his power because they were stronger than his creator, Kami. Even in Dragon Ball Super, we saw the limits of the normal Dragon Balls. Needing to find the location of the last Super Dragon Ball, Beerus asked Bulma to create a Super Dragon radar. Unsure if she could do it or not, she instead insisted that Shenron could help them find it, but she was wrong. As they found out, finding a Super Dragon Ball would be impossible for him to do because it was beyond the realm of Universe 7, These limitations are proof of why only Super Shenron can undo the Omni King's erasings, a power that surpasses destruction. But here's the biggest question of all. If Super Shenron has limitless power, then why is Zeno called the king of all?